Hey, how's it going? Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome in. Marcus and Thunderclapped? You get slapped by thunder? That's what I'm imagining. I know it's just clapped. The clapping's two hands. I'm imagining just both sides. There's basically two slaps. How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. But welcome, guys. Hope you're doing well. How would it happen with Pixelmonos? Actually, here, dude. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't work there, just so you know. And I haven't worked there for quite a while. But I mean, yeah, for the people there, yeah. It's unfortunate. The writing was on the wall for a while, though. So it's not a giant surprise, but still unfortunate. Where's the styrofoam fort? I moved it. I moved it behind the couch so you don't see it. Which is partially true. It is a technical true statement. Because it is behind the couch. but it's also in the box that in the box that it's supposed to be in. So it's still. If you have X-ray vision, you should be able to see it. Come on. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it just needs to be put in a box and brought down to the storage locker. So that means that it's going to be here for a long time. How do I know it's going to be here for a long time? Because despite going to the storage locker for paper towels like a month ago, I still have the suitcase that I used to travel with for the Christmas holidays here, when it's normally in the storage locker, and it's now June. My laziness knows no bounds. And my out of sight, out of mind knows no bounds. Yeah. But one day I'll do it. It might, but it will not be today. I was gonna say it might be today. It will not. It's not gonna be today. I can't be bothered. I'm too lazy. It's one thing at a time. I mean, I still have stuff here. Right? You could see there's still crap here. Right? I removed the styrofoam parts, but like that right there is the monitor that I used to use. I should throw it out. But no, that's still there. I still got work to do. Broke. Yeah, I replaced my side monitors. Well, one of my side monitors broke finally after like 16 years. I think, it's a good run. And so I replaced one, and it was like, but the other one, I had two identical ones, and the other one's twice as the weight because it's so old. So as the new one, so I was like, well, I might as well just buy two then. So I bought two new monitors, which funnily enough, though are better than the one I had before as my main. So my old main is now my right monitor, which is my least used one, and then I'm using. You guys are like, you're now on like a nice crisp display of like 180 hertz. It used to be 60, so I think now it's like 180 hertz for both, with like 130 or something % of the RGB color spectrum. It's pretty nice. It's not OLED, but 60 for secondary is fine. Yeah, now I have like 180, and 140 or somewhere around there. Not bad. The funny thing is, I was just looking for a 1440p 60 display, but there was just no like name brand displays because I just want a cheap side monitors. That's all I was looking for to replace them. But there was just no like name brand stuff. When I say name brand, I'm like a brand that I've heard of. That's all. I just want to have heard of the brand and know that it's reliable in that regard. And like at that point, like, okay, well, the ones that start to be reliable have G-Sync and everything else. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm gonna buy that, then I still didn't buy like very fancy monitors. They're not OLEDs; they're LCDs, I believe. But still, I got two Asus ones and an Acer, which is my old one. Yeah, LG, just because you can control them with a software without touching the nipples. What are you controlling? Once I have it turned on, like once I plug things in, I'm not touching anything. Like once you set it up, like why would you? I don't ever need to touch it. And what's wrong with touching some nipples? I'm just saying. You know? Anyway. Anyway. The plan for today is to make some more power-ups. I've gone ahead and reordered and reshuffled the power-ups. I figured out which ones I'm going to get rid of, which is a good amount of them. I think it's 12 that I'm getting rid of. But getting rid of, I mean, like, they're just not going to be in the rotation in the end. Because I don't think they're good enough anymore now that we have more interesting ones. Or the ideas I have for them potentially just aren't quite there with enough stuff to use them with. So, I mean, I'll show. Might as well get into it already, right? So, we still have the few that we want to add. But, so these are the ones that I'm getting rid of. So basically, these will not be in rotation anymore. Temporary invulnerability, every certain amount of seconds, gain a few seconds of complete invulnerability. It's just not that interesting. It does not work. It does not sync with anything. Nothing else works with this. So I feel like that's not great. The whole stun build-up system, I've been like about in general, just because regular mobs wouldn't really get stunned very much, and then because you kill them too fast, and then champions, like if you stun them, like okay, well then that's it. And then bosses, I feel like shouldn't be stunnable. So like, what are you stunning? The increase and decrease radius ones are cool, but I feel like there's just not enough radius stuff to use, especially because I've now removed Withering Presence and Bullet Time, which is a slow auras for enemies and projectiles. So I've removed these two auras, leaving me just with a Toxic Aura. So this makes no sense either. Hey, Stormman, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Then I also removed the fire and the freezing aspect, which is like putting a fire dot and building up freezing on enemies. Freezing, same thing with a stun. Both of these go hand in hand in how they work, so I got to remove that. Fire aspect is just, it's putting a fire dot on enemies. It just wasn't that interesting. It doesn't work really with anything. I removed healthy, which is just increasing your the amount you get healed. Point blank and snipe also removed because just deal more damage the closer, further a target is. It just doesn't work. It's just it's a cool modifier for just overall, but it just doesn't work with anything else, right? So, And I got rid of Agile Form, which is reduced the stamina cost of dash. We already have increased stamina in general, so you can just get more stamina. So you can already dash more just from that ability. So I felt this was redundant because we already it's the same result, just different power up. Because nothing else uses stamina currently. It's only dash. So I got rid of this one. So these are the ones that I figured at the current moment aren't great. Because if you missed it yesterday, I was talking about dropping one enemy, keeping the spider, and we're going to replace the two enemies here. That also probably means that I probably will redesign this whole thing. Maybe like as a tab system. To just tab between the enemies instead of how it is now. But you can see here, this is what it kind of looks like when you have all the cards. Because then I could put the tab system here and then maybe move the currency down here. I don't know. Tip, you can use Little Big Mouse to fix Windows shitty mouse transition between monitors. Little Big Mouse to fix Windows shitty mouse transition between... What do you mean shitty mouse transition between monitors? The transition's fine. Like I can move my mouse between monitors fine. I'm not sure I follow. Yeah, I've never had problems with mouse going between monitors. Yeah, that's kind of where we are. But now the last thing to do is to fill in the remaining ones here, these 5, and then we'll need to put them in them, figure out where we want to put them, yada yada yada. But oh, one thing actually is we'll also need to figure out here different starting cards, because some of them I've removed now, like the temporary invulnerability has been removed. Stun buildup has been removed. Right? So these have been removed, so I'll probably need to figure out the new starting 10 cards, which is good because we know we have a lot of new ones. Maybe monitor size makes the mouse little? Oh, I've never had trouble with the mouse being small. I've never thought that. It's lower the small screen resolution. Different size / orientation makes the transition not align. Little big mouse fixes this. Oh, okay. Yeah, mine are pretty much aligned now. They used to be a little more misaligned, but like never anywhere where it would bother me or have any issues. Yeah. I'm completely fine. So, shall we, here, I'll show you the power-ups that we still have to do. So these are the ones that I've kind of filtered it down. So I like the percent of damage taken removed from stamina first. So I like this defensive one. Okay. Then we have 2 potion ones. So I feel like we need some potion ones. Increased potion healing and decreased potion requirement for refreshing. So it's faster to fill up, right? And it heals for more. So those 2 I think are good. Then corpse explosion I think could be really fun. So I want to do that one. And the last one is more damage every time you equip a new weapon. So this should be interesting. Basically, it will motivate you to have weapon cards in your deck. So right now, we have the 2 weapons. And you start with them, the longsword and the long spellbolt. But every time you activate one of these, you have the other power up, you can do that. Now, I might change it to be like keeping track of how many times you've swapped already and will. So we might rephrase that. So we'll see. But that's kind of the idea. So that way we'll just motivate that, and then we will need to finally set up Airblade. Probably will be renamed to something else, but basically I'll just reuse the same animations for the time being as the longsword, but instead it will be a new weapon abilities and stuff like that. So we'll have 3 weapons, basically. 3 weapons, 3 bosses, and 54 power-ups. And I think that's enough, like, as a sampler kind of thing. And then we could start working on kind of like improving that slice. Not adding any more stuff in terms of more bosses, more power-ups, or stuff like that, right? We'll just have... Now let's focus on, for example, the active items. I want to unlock an active item probably per every boss. I think that'd be cool. So when you beat a boss, there will be some kind of active power-up that you get from it that you can choose. Could be fun. Or maybe you start with one. And yeah, you unlock one that kind of relates to the boss. I don't know. I think it would be cool. That was always my kind of idea with that. And then we'll have like 3 weapons here. To start with, obviously, the idea would be also when you unlock the first card, I think, you will be able to have it start with it. So if you, for example, if the air blade drops, then theoretically it should appear as like a starting weapon as well. But that's for later. That part doesn't matter much at the current moment. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I don't know why is it so dark here? I don't know. I probably need to tweak some materials and stuff. That's fine. Yeah. Shall we get to it? Working on damage buffer. I believe I don't have that one yet. Sound damage taken, removed from stamina first. I don't think we ever made the power up for that. Let me just confirm. It would be at the bottom. Increase damage 1 HP's below. Yeah, it would be here if it was. Hey, Jaco, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's go ahead and add a new power up. So this is HP from stam first. Damage buffer, and this will be up to variable percent damage received is removed from stamina first. So if we said up to 10% damage received, up to 10% of the damage received is removed from stamina first. So if you have enough stamina to remove that, it will. If you don't have enough stamina, then all the damage goes through, obviously. I think that's a nice defensive one. So how much do we want to do? You're done with it fast now? You get to eat? Nice, congrats. Looks like you're messing with data tables again? No, this is just my normal like card setup. I didn't mess with the data tables themselves, no. Also looked up gameplay tags, might be useful, but also saw a lot of people not get the point of them too. I mean, it's one of those things that once you get to a point where they're useful, they're useful. Depending on what you're doing, they're not useful. Simple as that, right? You know, it's like the map variable. It's you have the variable, you have the array, right? You could do a map, but unless you like find a use for it yourself in your project, the map is not going to be useful. It is useful in general for certain things, but doesn't mean for you. Like, oh, what's the point of it? Same thing with a set. I don't really use sets, mostly because only recently I learned about them, but doesn't mean they're not useful, just not useful in your scenario. The only downside of maps, keep in mind, is they're not replicatable. Not replicatable. The one that's they're not multiplayer friendly. It's not replication. Is there replication? I forget the word for it. Maybe it is that. Okay, how much do we want to remove from stamina first? Curse tier, I think I want to do 100%. I think that'd be funny. Tier 3 50. Tier 2, 30, and 10. Let's start with that. These are going to be percent. Do I want them to be additive? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you want to put all three of them and you don't get a single cursed one, you could have 90% effectively. Like, this is, oh god, what did I call this? It's a Stam one. HP from Stam. That's the one. Card ability, I'll put it under health because HP from Stam first. And that should be. You actually make nested arrays using maps. No. You can't? Because you can't put a map into an... So you can't put an array into a map. The only way you can do that is if you put a struct in it. And in the struct, you have an array. Then you can do that, but you can't just put an array into a map. You can have... Because a map is already an array. You can't put an array in an array. But you can put structs in. Yeah. And I use that. There you go. Can I reorder this somehow? I tried dragging. Like, it looks like it's highlighting, but... Oh, now I can move it. Why didn't it let me do it this time? I was doing this just earlier today, and it would not move them. Whatever. In the morning, yeah, that's what I'm using here. Yeah. This is a map, and this is a struct. Yeah. That's what I use here. I need to... I think I'm going to clean this up right now. I know it's a little bit of a random side tangent, but I want to clean this up. I just need to go to... yeah, card power up values. And then if this... if it did not find it... then just return 0, 0, and not enabled. Because that way, anyone that has just zeros by default, I can just remove from this list. Okay, so if it doesn't have zeros by default, then yeah, it needs to be on this list because we need to use those as the default values. Otherwise, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Easy peasy. Like here, right? We need that. We need that. I don't know why I didn't do this from the start. I think at the start I thought I would need it, at least some value, but I don't think I do. And the only reason I need it for some is just because I need sometimes a bigger starting value or a specific value as a default. Like when I'm doing multiplications or whatnot. Let's get this 9. There you go. That's a lot pure stuff. There you go. Okay. Going back here. So this is all fine. So now to set it up, we need to go to the damage calculation. Here. And then we need to do it here. So this is where it needs to be done. Okay. So get owner. Check has tag. So this is what I'm checking if it has the gameplay tag, right? HP for stem first. So if it doesn't, then we're having it exit out. Right. As it was doing before. If it does have it, then we need to I need to get the stamina value that we have. I can do modify stamina, but I need to know how much is there. I don't want to modify yet. So what I want to do, I guess, is find out how much stamina there is. We can do it in the interface. Because we already have it all there. Might as well add another one. I could do get a... I really should start, instead of interfaces, I should really be using just get component of class. But we already have the interfaces. Get current stamina value. Output current stamina. Float. You. And we just need to do character stats, get current stamina, and plug that in. Right, so now here we can do get current stamina value. So we know how much there is. So what we can do is now get the card power values. So we're storing on variable 1 the percentage. Okay. So basically we need to multiply. Divide this by 100. And then we need to know what the total damage is. Multiply it by that. And then we check if the current stamina is greater or equal to this value. If it is, then we do modify stamina. By this value. I believe modify stamina does not need to be negative, or does it need to be negative for? I think it needs to be negative. So I need to multiply by -1. Okay. If it is not enough, then we do this value minus the current stamina. Sorry, no. Then we modify it as the full current stamina. So do all of it. So whatever the current stamina is, just use that. Okay. And then we need to know what's remaining. So then we do, this. I guess I could just do it this way. Minus U. So that's the remainder. So the remainder then will need to be added to the total damage minus this. Wait, hold on. If total damage times this is greater than that, or if this is greater than that, then it gets removed. Then we want total damage minus this. Is the actual total damage. I'm gonna I'm probably gonna mess this up, so let's just do this first. That part's simple, right? Total damage minus this. If it's too much, then this becomes actually how much was removed. There's just no. So then here, if it's going here, it becomes the total damage minus the current stamina, because we removed all of the stamina, so that's just the value. And whatever's left is the total damage. Okay, and then to make my life a little bit easier, local variable, current stamina. Just do these to clean things up. And then is there a way of putting this one neatly somehow? Probably not. Let's go with that. So that puts that as total damage, and then we just need to do the return of total damage. So we'll just do at the end here. every turn. Okay. I think this is correct. So most likely it's not. Because I want to say I'm more often wrong than right when I say that. Okay, let's see. Test level. So you take full damage once his animation loads and all that. Okay, yep. Took 7 damage. And now if we go ahead and grab us damage buffer, and let's say 50%, I should have less damage taken and some... Did you attack me already? Yeah, I took a little bit of stamina damage there. Yeah, look at that. So this will be actually a bigger test if we changed him to be the poison guy. So that way we can test... Oh, I made him boss champion. Because then we could check this. No. Oh, did I need to give myself the power. That would help. Yeah, when he does more damage. And yeah, both my health and my HP is going down, which means I couldn't actually start recharging until I came here. Yeah, that works really well. I like that. You take less damage, right? 50% less damage effectively, as long as you have the stamina for it. It's pretty big because you can do stamina up. And then you have a good buffer, honestly. I mean, that's more powerful than just the HP up. Balancing all this stuff is going to be a nightmare, by the way. Can you say? It's going to be a nightmare. Okay. Power up done? I guess. Yay. Damage buffer done. Okay. Increased potion healing. I mean, I feel like this one just kind of writes itself. Just greater potion is just... And then decreased potion requirement for refresh is just quick potion. I feel like those are relatively simple names. Okay, let's make greater potion and knock these guys out. Greater potion. Okay, so how much do we want the healing to be? So I can increase the potion healing By how much? I feel like there at the end here, there's gonna be so much defensive stuff in terms of like healing and stuff that I'm gonna need to like tone things down in terms of how much I give to the player. But at least for now, before we've done like tons of testing, this will be fine. By default right now, it heals 20%. I don't really want to have the potions heal a ton. Because if you're constantly just spamming potions, you're going to be very hard to kill. So what I'm thinking is I reduce the amount of potion, the potions you get. So you're kind of more incentivized to get these, and they will make more sense then. So let's do this. Increase healing from potions. Increase healing from your potion by variable percent. So 5%, 10%, 15%, 25%. Although if tier 1 is only 5%, which is still good, they'll go from 20 to 25%. It's not a massive increase. But I don't want it to be overpowered completely. I think the way I need to think about this is potentially like if you're tier 3 levels for a full deck, you better be in the lower floors of the dungeon. Okay, let's try this. And then this is the potion one. So this is strength up potion. I don't think I have a potion section, right? I have a healing section. Put in our healing. Oh, I do have a potion section. Never mind. So we can do card, ability, potions. Yes. Greater potion. Add. Okay. This is additive and percent. Let's take a look. Oh, I need to move it. Oh, there it is. Greater potion. Increase healing from your potion by 5%, 10%, 15%. Let's go. Just put this here. Nope. Okay. So this will be there. Where's my actions? Drink potion. If all this is true, then we're doing this. Add to potions used. And here we go. Modify amount. Maybe I'll leave it at 20% by default. But either way, we need to do get owner, get power values, greater potion, and then it'll be whatever is in value 1 plus 20. Hi, Leo. What happened? I love how the first thing you just say is fuck this job. Your current one or the new one you were offered? What happened? Tell us all about it. It's a safe space. Let's take a look. Just hit me, it'll be faster. Okay, so I'm at 66. If I drink a potion now, I'm at 86, right? It's 20%. But if I was to do the greater, so then I did the 15, I should instead heal by 35. So I'll let you in a little bit more. There you go. So 46. Yep, 35. That's working real well. And I believe if I was to stack this, so if I was to grab now the second one, it would go from 35 to 45. So, oh, but I need to refresh my thing, so if I grab, well, just, you know what's great, let's just test all of them. 1, 2, 3, so I have 30 here. So it should heal for 50% if I take all of them. Okay, there it is. I'm at 42, should go to 92, and I do. There we go. Perfect. Done. Power of done. I love it. You've been working since 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Jesus Christ. Whole damn projects for the boss to say you're not pulling your weight, huh? No contract, no set time. Wait, what? What do you mean no contract? Wait. What do you mean no contract, no set time? Did a third job get a contact with you and added a 4,000 raise of unknown money type? It's 4,500, but the new job around the corner, the con to you, is 6,500. Oh, that's a huge upgrade. Oh yeah, at that kind of a difference, that's a big difference. That's 44% more. Yeah, like that's not like snuff money. You want to blame me for the delay when the AI messed up and generated a mockup? Like, yeah, I'm pissed off. I mean, look, you can ask, but just keep in mind that if they agree to match, then you're kind of going to be stuck there, because then it would be extra rude to leave. But just make sure to give them a 2-week notice or whatever your contract's notice is, at least 2 weeks. So. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully the new one's better. What do you mean there's no what do you mean there's no contract? I asked about that. I don't understand what I mean, no contract, no set time. Then why are you working? Why do you mean you're working if there's no contract? But why are you working then? How are you? That doesn't matter. There needs. Okay, well, might not be a contract, but it still needs to be an invoice. You're sending invoices then? Because if you're that contract level, if you're just an invoice type thing, then you could leave. Then you don't need to do anything. Like, hey, sorry, I'm busy now. Or sorry, I found a full-time job, and you're not obligated to stay or do whatever. Yeah. No, he's not in the USA. I don't remember where he is. He's in the Caribbean. I don't actually remember if he is. I'm gonna say Caribbean. Was it right? Because I thought it was the area, but I didn't remember if it was accurate. Yeah, okay, I did remember, right? Woo! I remember some things. They pay and you sign that you received it, but outside of that, no contract? Yeah, that's just freelancing then. What you're doing is freelancing. And by the way, freelancers typically charge more. Fun fact. So you're probably getting screwed in that department too. Freelancing, but they're paying you a fixed amount, so yeah, they can shove it. Yeah. It's not freelancing. Well, it's not contract work, and it's not full-time work. The only thing left is freelancing, or there's nothing else. If you send them an invoice, that's basically freelancing. If there's no contract, then you're not employed by them in any regard. There's no documentation of you being working for them. So you're not working for them. You're doing basically freelance. Oh no, slavery is different. They're still paying him, just... Either way, yeah, I would go with a 6,500. Yeah. That's for 40% increase. There's a lot I would do that for a 40% increase. 40% increase is a substantial amount. Like, no matter where your number is, like, no matter how much you're earning, 40% is still a lot. Right? Or 44%, whatever, yeah, it is. Obviously, with taxes, maybe... It'll be different, but the point is, yeah, I would say sorry, guys. I would still, hey, give them a professional, like, sorry, and, you know, I got a better offer. It's more, assuming that, you know, it is actually a contract term or a full-time term, you know, be like, hey, sorry, I got this. You reluctantly accepted this job because it was closer to a 5,600 job? What do you mean? What do you mean it was closer to a 5,600 job? But you said it was 4,500. Oh, closer in location. $25% difference is kind of a big difference. I mean, it depends how far it is. If it's like an hour and a half, I can understand it, or like an hour away, like, that would suck. But for 25% boost. $1,300 in traveling expense for the oh. What kind of traveling are you doing for that $5,600 job? Jesus Christ. If applying private jet?
Quick ad break. Blueprints are now AFK farming errors. The bugs will wait patiently for me.
I know it's not USD. If it was USD, 1,300 would not get you a private jet. But I don't know your currency and how much that goes, so. Like, I'm looking at it as a proportion of your income. That seems a lot. Like, even if I was to do USD commutes in a taxi, it would still not add up to 1,300 a month. That's why it's, you know, let's say half of that, but still like, I don't know. I don't know how much the dollar goes and what this is equivalent to, so. $6.7 to 1 USD. So it's equivalent, you're saying, to you're earning about in the new job, it would be about $1,000 USD a month. That's the income. Oof. I'm not saying oof. For where you live, it might be great. But like globally, oof. Like if you ever wanted to travel, oof. Yeah, I can see why you'd want to work remotely for like a US company or something. Not great, but relative. You have to compare it to, right, to things around you, right? If you live in a place where you know, a Big Mac is $10 versus living somewhere where a Big Mac is 10 cents, right? Your dollar has very different weight, so. That's why you should hire us third worlders. Are you a third worlder, Marcus? Is that what you're trying to say? If you told me where you were from, I definitely don't remember. You're making 10, 12K for like some years ago? Yeah, see, that's a lot better. From Brazil. Ah. My non-existent mod is from Brazil. Also. And the character artist that I hired to do this character is also from Brazil. There's a lot of people in Brazil. Shit happens and went downhill, yeah. Unfortunate. Come to Brazil? True. Very true. Gaguts wants me, has told me to come to Brazil many a time. many a time. Good ending. The world is now Brazil. Okay, let's not go that crazy. Okay, let's not go that crazy. But, if the world now has everyone having Brazilian butt lifts, I'm not gonna complain. Right? That's just saying. You know, no one south of Texas except Leo. I mean, now you know Marcus. There you go. Why is But why is in Brazil? Why not? Brazil is like the size of the US. Crazy. Oh, is it? Yeah. Can I rotate this? I mean, yeah, I would say considering that, let's say this part would maybe go here. Yeah, that part would go there. And then this part. Yeah, it's about the same size as the US, yeah. I don't know, like, actual, like, square miles. It might be even bigger. There's a little thing right there. Brazil. I mean, it's funny how when you go to Russia, it's so big on the map, and you like. Oh, it tells you. Hold on. Brazil is what, 3.28. United States. 3.7. Okay, United States is bigger. United States is 3.79. But I mean, 3.28 is still quite a lot. And there's a little stuff down here. Stuff like this. Stuff like this, or it's just this little like random outline, what feels like a random outline. It's like... By the way, where is it? This? See this little thing here? You see how it says Canada, United States? This is the United States. This is Canada. Why? Just why? Just give it to Canada. What's the point of this? Anyway. You going into bed? Have a good night, Leo. Without Alaska, Hawaii? I mean, yeah, either way, it's pretty big. It's funny how egregious the scale of Africa is on all maps. It's where they need to update maps. No, it's my land, can't have it. My. What is the point of Canada? Well, I currently live in Canada. And so I need to fit my fat ass somewhere. At least until I lose the weight, then maybe I can go somewhere else. But, you know, some place needs to be big enough to fit my giant ass. I want to do... You're right, Moose. I believe it's pronounced Meese. Thankfully not. I live in a city. I don't live in the country. Or wherever the hell... I don't think there's even... I don't think they even exist where I am. I mean, let's find out. Maybe I'm wrong. So this is a map of moose per square kilometer. Okay. I think here, I want to say, because I think this is the Vancouver area. So I think I'm in... Is there a better map? I don't know if there's a better map. Okay, this is one of BC, Canada, which looks oddly shaped like California. But I love how few is one moose per 10 to 260 square kilometers. So which one is it? Is it per 10 square kilometers or per 260 square kilometers? That's a big range. There's a lot of 10 square kilometers in 260 square kilometers. What do you mean? One per 1.3 to 10? I don't understand. I don't understand this. Either way, I believe... Oh, I can't tell it all. I can't read this. Zoom in more. Is this I don't know where the hell is I can't. Look, I'm not good with these maps. I'm not. There's not a lot here. I'm in a city. Okay, let's You lived in Wyoming for a year? You get a moose in town? Also heard wolves, really pretty freaking cold place. I mean, that sounds lovely in terms of the cold. You win on the cold scale? I don't actually. No. That's mostly East Canada. Where I am, it barely snows. I think last year there was like... this last Christmas, it was like 1 to 2 hours of snow in the entire winter. So yeah, where I am, I walked around to the grocery store in a t-shirt. I mean, I'm also a little psychotic in that regard, as my concierge says every time she saw me going outside in t-shirt. But yeah, like it would be like some days it would be like 32 degrees, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, I think the lowest I ever got was like maybe like 25 or something. And then I just go. That all of Canada was snowing? No. It depends where you are. Like the first winter I was here was really snowy. Like it was snowing like all winter, which was like unprecedented. But since then, there's been barely any snow. I'd show you pictures, but I don't want to dock myself that much. Okay, let's do increase rate of charging potion increase potion charge rate by variable percent. Oops. Is okay, this is gonna be percentage additive. Let's do 10, 20, 30, 50. Yeah, we could do that. And I think to just activate this, I think it's just in the HUD, actually. Not BB HUD, actual HUD. You had a 10-foot ice cycle. You threw a baseball at it to bring it down. I mean, that sounds fun. Oh, icicles. I don't know why. I mean, you put a space there, but icicles. I mean, that sounds fun. Like, I would love to do that. I love snow. Yeah, I feel like I have to preface that afterwards, where I love snow as someone that doesn't need to drive in the snow and doesn't need to clean up snow in the driveway or anything. As someone that just gets to enjoy the visual and the temperature and everything that is like, right. I like snow. I accidentally got myself in a position the first winter I was here when it snowed a lot, in a very bad situation with my car where it snowed when I was out, and my car doesn't have winter tires. It has all-purpose tires, but basically that was the most ABS braking that I've ever seen, and it was terrifying. Like, it was sliding everywhere. Thankfully, I got back to the home, to the garage, and I parked it there, and everything was fine. I don't think legally I probably shouldn't have been driving. My guess. I don't know. Probably. But I basically got I took my car when it wasn't snowing, and it snowed, and after that I was like, yep, no, not touching that car anywhere near snow. I don't want to buy snow tires. Just literally no point here. I don't drive enough, and two, just no point. Too expensive. How is this not used anywhere? Update health HUD. Current health, max health. Set the percentage of the health bar. Where's this being activated from? You love snow and ice until you have to drive in it. Yeah. That's why I feel like every time I say I love the snow, I feel like I always have to preface myself by saying, specifically because I don't need to drive in the snow and I don't have to like shovel snow. Because I know a lot of people like hate that. So I just get to look at the beautiful snow, touch the beautiful snow, and that's it. And experience the beautiful snow. Here we go. Set potion cooldown, reduction. So it's this one. So I need to do reduction amount. Where's this one being called then? Here. So why don't print string here? I don't remember this print string. Modify XP. Modify health potion cooldown. With a modified XP. Into the reduction. Okay, yeah. So here. I need to check for quick potion. No. I can do just get card power values. Quick potion. We'll see if this works. I think this is right. So this gives me a percentage. So then I need to do a divide by 100 and then multiply it by the reduction and then re-add reduction. And that is the new reduction. Print string here, and look. Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna use the potion. Oh, because it then runs the clear. So I need to kill him. Okay, let me just do him as a trash mob. Let's go ahead and take some damage. Okay. I need to use it, and then I need to kill him. 0. Why did I print 0? Oh, it's... Let me do it inside the actual game. Come on. You can do it. Okay, there we go. I've taken damage. Use the potion. Okay, 10. So I'm getting 10 charge off these guys. Perfect. Okay. So now, if I go ahead and do the quick potion, which I need to reorder, 30%. 13. Perfect. Nice. So that is working great. So now we have quick potion working fantastically. 2 more. The balance be looking nice. I mean, thank you. Well, the actual like weapon abilities will be replacing. So at some point, as in these guys will be replacing at some point. I think they no longer thematically fit. Like visually, their style doesn't work. But for now, they could stay until I, have better options. I guess you can stay too. Okay, next one. Done. So now we have corpse explosion, and then we have more damage every time you equip a new weapon. So for corpse explosion, how do we want it to work? I feel like it should be a timer thing. Like randomly explode a nearby corpse. Oh yeah, I also just hold on. Where's the random lighting streaks? Am I using all the variables? Variable 2, no. For variable 3, 100% base damage. And then I could say 100. Maggots rush out and attack enemies? No, I don't. That's too much. That's too much. Where'd it go? We can do random on a time. We're not doing any spawning of AI. That's not happening. It would be too small to even be visible. It's not happening. Do we want to do randomly on a timer? Or after an enemy dies for a certain duration? Or like, after dying, corpses explode after X seconds. So it's a guaranteed one after a certain amount of time. I feel like that one's more interesting. So you can try to kill enemies in a specific area as long as you can time it. That seems easier than spawning things. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So let's just do add corpse explosion. Card ability corpse explosion. Okay. So for this one, I'm realizing that this doesn't really work with other abilities much, but it's okay. After an enemy, or guess variable 2 seconds after killing an enemy, their corpse explodes for a variable percent base damage. So I think I want to have the time be consistent. Let's say after 5 seconds. And then for percent of the... Do you want to do percent base damage or based on their HP? Because I feel like based on their HP would be interesting. Explodes for blank percent of their HP in damage. Variable seconds after killing an enemy, their corpse explodes, dealing blank percent of their HP in damage. Of their max HP in damage. Because obviously their HP is at 0 at that point. It's kind of specify max. So... Oh, variable 2 is... Okay, how much of their HP? So, a mob... A trash mob has 100 health on average. Those are the primary ones that are going to be dying. Elite ones have like 600 health. So let's do... Curse tier is 50. 25. Uh, 17 and 10. So 20, 10, 15, and 20, 17. 10, 17, 25, 50. Additive percent. Oh, is the question how much of their HP should the damage be of the mob's HP? I'm just thinking. To make it simpler, I'm going to do 10, 15, 20, and 50. And we can go from there. After 5 seconds. So what we'll do is... count. So let's take a look at this first of all. I like this one. this one it did a great job with in terms of the corpse explosion. Don't ask why there's another arm there or some other body parts. It doesn't matter. But I think it's great. 5 seconds after killing it. Surrounding enemies. Yeah. Okay. I feel like the explosion of bodies should be fairly high. I feel like it might be hard to get them to fall for it. Though I haven't watched the AI long enough to know for sure. They tend to somewhat be grouped up. It also depends on the damage radius. Right? If we have the damage radius like be pretty large, chances are they'll hit something. If you have it to be really small, then yeah, we'll need to play with it. I think the radius of the damage, because if it's like the full screen, right, then it's very easy, right? But if it's lower, if it's smaller, then it's harder. So we'll play around with the range before we play around with the values. So we can adjust from there. So what I'm going to do is I want to go to the plane spray here. And here, I'm going to do a sequence. I'm also going to need to store a new variable here, which is original mob HP, or mob original max HP. So I'm gonna check get player pawn. Check as tag. Corpse explosion. If it is not, it doesn't do anything. Right? Let's continue on as we were. If it does, then get card power up values. We're going to delay by variable 2. And then we're going to do a sphere trace. Oh, it's by channel, not for channel. Right. And do a sphere trace. Get actor location. The radius, let's start with a 300 radius. For duration, actors to ignore, we're going to make sure we ignore the player. And then we'll just start with this. We won't do the damage yet. Well, I mean, there's nothing stopping me just setting that up now. As long as we hit something. For each loop. I guess I don't need this. For each loop. Damaged. And then calculate damage dealt. Ooh, I said % of base damage, didn't I? Make. So this is going to be a type spell. Oh no, it's based off their HP. Right, so that means that I need to do original max HP multiplied by variables 1 of their value. No. We want to original max HP. Yeah, this is right. So we divide the percentage by 100. Yep. And then we multiply up here. And that becomes the new damage override. Is player true? And then here we do a make. Attacker is you again. It is a spell. It is a player. Damage dealt is you. And then we also need the impact point and the impact normal. Okay. I think that should be all correct. And then after it does this, on completion of all this, destroy actor. So we need to know where we're spawning this, because I don't remember. Oh, is it here? I guess that makes sense. Refresh now. There's the original HP. We just need to do character stats. Get max health. Is that it? Why are we still doing this is elite, actually? Oh, because it changes the color. It's fine. You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of that part. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that part. Because then there's also the champions, and I don't want it tinted red. It's better this way. I'm not using that variable anyway. It is now an enum. Or that gameplay tag, rather. Okay, so theoretically now, if I had multiple of these guys, and I killed them, these guys should not explode. Right? Everything's fine. Everything's the same as always. Good. Okay. But if I gave myself the corpse explosion, and I exploded him, there we go. Look at that. Damage done. I mean, obviously there's no effect, but pretty good. Let's see if we can get an explosion effect now. Do I have a better explosion now? Type. Ooh. I just want to do like a bloody one. It's almost tempting. Poison explosion, meteor shower. That's kind of cool. Not what I'm looking for, but cool. Magical explosion. That does not look great. None of these explosion ones are what I'm looking for. Let's go in here. In here. Maps. Save real quick. Vertical beams, summon creatures. Oh, you know what? Let me just quickly take a look at the summon creatures one. I know we don't need to, but I just really want to see these. I want to see all the creatures. Oh my god. We're so using these. Look at that. You're so cool. Freaking, one of them is a freaking T-Rex. Bird, polar bear, dolphin. It's a little rabbit. A rhino. What was that? The giraffe? Yeah, a giraffe and a snake. These ones look really cool. Anyway, stylized tornadoes, no. Stylized smoke, slashes, no. Orbs, no. Lightning, laser beams, fire, more slashes, portals, muzzle flashes. Meteor rain, no. Magic orbs, loot drops. Hits, impacts, maybe? Depending on what kind of hits, impacts, I mean, maybe. You know, this one's not bad, actually. Playing this one as a... We're gonna do the heart one. Every time there's a corpse explosion, there's just a beautiful heart. Ah. I feel like this one jumps out at me as a possible option. Oof. Doesn't need to be like an actual explosion, so I feel like whatever the one this is could be good. Yeah, this one. And we can change color. What is the what is the other one? That one's also not bad. I wish I could just... I want to freeze it at the explosion frame. This one's also not bad, I feel like. So we have this one and this one. I feel like the original one we chose, this one, is the best one. And we can just change the color here to be a little more just red. Because I don't want it to be like over the top, because if there's a lot of course explosions, I don't want the screen to like delay 0. So what does this do? Oh, like there's just a little bit of a delay of the visual. No, delay 0. And we can change the scale to be bigger. Let's just try this. Try this. So before it does the destroy actor, spawn system at location. We're going to get act location, and then we're going to add a little bit up. So we're going to say, do it like 100 above. So it's not... actually, at location might be fine. Let's just try at location. Then we can always offset it afterwards. I don't think we need to work any of this. Auto release, please. Let's just try this. Let's see what it looks like. Yep. Okay, well, come on, come here. Yeah, 5 seconds is too long. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let me give myself the power up first. That wasn't bad, actually. Attack on Titan opening? I haven't heard that in a while. Let's do 2.5. If not 3. And I think we're pretty good. Go ahead and one more time. I think I'm going to reduce the time. I think 5 seconds is way too long. Way too long. Yeah, there we go. I feel like that was good. Let's go reduce the cooldown to like 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's really, there's 5 seconds. There's 5 seconds of it just being on the ground before it even converts. So what I can try doing is, let me take a look. Yeah, there's a 5-second delay. If it's a boss, it's a 5-second delay, and then there's a 5-second delay here. So, I'm gonna remove this 5-second delay. Oh, but that was for waiting for to hopefully have the animation finish. So what I'm gonna do is change this to 2 seconds, and hopefully that's gonna be enough. And then here, I'm gonna leave it at 3. But this delay, I'm gonna subtract 2. To make up for the fact that there's a 2-second delay prior. Hey, Rhino, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, damn it. Give myself the power up. Now. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. That's not bad. One, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, that works. That works. Sweet. I think we can increase the damage. It does do AoE. How much damage do we want to increase it by? If it did 50, 15, $25. That feels too much. If I did 20. 20 there. 10, 20, 30. Uh, $55. $50. What aspect of UE5 do you have the most interesting aside from PCG, of course? What thing do I'm the most interested in? Blueprints. I have far more interest in blueprints than I have in PCG, to be clear here. In terms of my interest level, PCG isn't like the #1 spot.
Ad break activated. The blueprint is in read-only mode. I'll return to make it worse shortly.
Just because I make tutorials for PCG doesn't mean necessarily that it's like my favorite or anything. I like it. I like PCG. But if you gave me an option tomorrow, it'd be like, hey, you could do blueprint tutorials or PCG tutorials and you would get the same viewership. I'd probably do blueprint tutorials. Because I find blueprints more fun. That doesn't mean that's what people want to watch. I got myself a niche. That's why I wanted PCG. Blueprints are basically programming, so maybe you're a closeted programmer. Yeah, but I'm not a coder. Oh, I'm a programmer, but I'm not a coder. I'd love for you to make blueprint tutorials in the future. There's no point for me to do it. There's just so many already blueprint tutorials that the only thing I could make is maybe some very advanced stuff, and then the very advanced stuff I don't have time for. There's just realistically no way. And for anything like even up to intermediate, there's already tutorials for that by people who have been focusing on blueprint tutorials for years. You're a pseudocoder is what your brother calls you? What is a pseudocoder? What does that really mean? Not quite a coder, but does coder things. Yeah, I can agree on me being a programmer, but I'm not a coder. I don't write code. Because I use nodes. The most amount of coding that I do is writing print strings. Coding, like typing syntaxes and words where programming is much bigger, problem solving, I suppose. Yeah, I don't code. I hate syntax. I find it to be so boring, and I'm so lazy. I still remember that during this recent attempt, when I tried to learn C++, I mistyped print by putting P in lowercase, and then it wouldn't do it. And that was such a just fuck this moment that I stopped. I hate it. I find it so boring. And when stuff like that happens, I just can't be bothered. It's not for me. I think we have corpse explosion done. Just go ahead and grab it one more time. I mean, I can just do 50%, just grab both of them. And as long as he comes here in time, bam. Oh, interesting. He didn't get hit multiple times there. He should have gotten hit multiple times there. Why didn't he get hit multiple times there? I almost don't mind it. I'll be honest. But this player? Oh. Oh, why is trace visibility? Trace character, please. No, damn it. Compilers warn you to fix it instead of doing it themselves. The fact that you need to fix anything in that case is annoying to me. I can't be bothered. Did I not grab 30 and? Huh? Okay, so that's working. Let me just try one more time hitting multiple at once and see if I can get them to Okay, I need you to be here. Come here, come here. Okay, good. No, it is working. I guess he just... Okay, it is working. I guess he just positioned himself there where he only overlapped. I think that works. I think the visual is fine. It's not super flashy, but it's just... You could tell it's like something happens and he just appears and... Nice and simple. Yeah, I need I need visual. People keep saying like, oh yeah, no, there's lots of visual like stuff in coding. And then they show me the coding. I was like, no, it's just all text. And then I need to read the text. I don't need to read anything. If I just put comments like I have here, I don't need to again like, oh, there's my attack combo. Okay, let me just zoom in on the attack combo. And then without like even zooming into the nodes, I'd be like, I don't need to read a word. I can tell this to execute. I can tell I'm getting some an array because I see that icon. I can tell it's then going through a check. There's the playing. Right? I see it. I don't need to read a damn thing. I don't want to read. I just take a look at it and like in seconds I can know what the entire thing does. I can't do that in code. Code, I'm gonna have to read it and then try and do like, okay, this is doing this, and then okay, this is going here's this many, right? Like it's so much slower. Can't be bothered. Too lazy. And I know people like it, just not for me. Okay, we have corpse explosion done. That was a fast one. Last one. More damage every time you equip a new weapon. So let's get another add another one. Weapon swap. Weapon swapping. Is 2Ps? Is swapping 2Ps? I feel like swapping is 2Ps. I'm gonna call it weapon juggler. I actually don't think I have an image for this one. No, I don't. Can I generate one? Probably. What? I haven't generated anything today, so I should be fine. Weapon Juggler, I think, is a fine name. Okay, but ability. There we go. This one, it's a little. The other, like it's kind of cool, but this one's a little too happy. Let's see if we can generate another one. Guys, you got a third arm. That doesn't happen very often, but jeez. For every weapon swap so far and in the future, gain variable increased damage. I don't like how that's phrased. I basically want to make point out that's for every weapon swap during the run, gain increased damage. We're getting the image. Gameplay tag will be card dot ability dot weapon swapping. Why is it so shit at making weapons? God, it's so shit at making weapons. It keeps trying to put like two weapons together, like a sword with an axe handle or something. I'm gonna have to just pick one. Oh, did I finally get one? That's actually not the worst. Technically speaking, that is a blade. But look, I'll take what I can get, because here, I'll go back to the first one. All right, so we have this axe on sword. We have this one, which is okay, but I just didn't like the style. Then we have this one with a third arm. I had this one that had, again, a sword into an axe, and then I don't know what this is supposed to be. This one looked cool, but again, sword into axe, sword into axe. Again, sword into axe. It just really likes putting axes at the end of swords. I don't know why. I think this is going to be the one. I'm going to try a few. It's no rush. But I think that's going to be the one. For every weapon swap during the run, gain like increased damage. Okay. So we're going to say every time you swap weapons, increase 10%, 20, 30, 50, or 100, because I want to motivate weapon swaps. 50, 30. That's 10 for the first level, but 20, 20. 15, 25, 15, 30, 50. Technically, this should go 45, but we're going to go 50. Percent additive. It's still putting axis at the end there. That's okay. Now we're going to keep track of. We're going to keep track of it. Okay, I give up. Look at this. More axes on swords. More axes and swords. I'm just going with this one. It's the best I got. I don't know why. Swapping. Bring it in. Yeah. Because then we'll have 3 weapons, right? We'll have the 2 base ones, and then eventually I'll set up this air blade. And then let's take a look. There it is. That's not bad, actually. For every weapon swap during the run, gain 50% increase damage. That's actually a lot. I just realized 50% per swap is a lot, but you get nothing, no other benefits. So it needs to be better than just the damage increase, because that's a multiplier. This is an additional. Have a good one, Jacob. Thanks for stopping by. Also, remember, you want maggot spawned? No promises. No promises. Also, Jesus Christ, it's 8:50 and the lights are not on, which means that it is not even close to sunset yet, because they turn on automatically when it's like 15 minutes before sunset. And the fact that they're not on means sunset is after 9 p.m. already. It's still not the longest day. I think that's the June 22nd, 23rd, I think. Around there. I look forward to the dark days. The dark times. Eventually, one day. Feels weird? It does. And depending how far up in the hemisphere you are, or far, I guess, up or down, right? It's more extreme. Because I think well, the sunset time here is different than like in California where my family is. What time is sunset in Vancouver? So today is a 9:12. Yeah. It's at 9:12 p.m. here and 8:27 p.m. where my parents are in California. It is almost an hour more of sun here than it is there. God damn it. What time is sunrise, out of curiosity? Sunrise for them is in 5:47 a.m. And yeah, so I have an earlier sunrise and a later sunset because I'm further up north. It is what it is. Okay. Every time we equip a weapon, we need to mark how many equips we have. So go to player. Utility, gameplay, set you up. Okay. So we're checking if it has an ability. If it does, then it's just the ability thing. Oh no, if this is title. So if you have nothing, then it just assigns. If you do have something, then it gets the card. So weapon hotbar. So I guess I would need to do it here. So what we can do is on here, because that's where we're going to be doing all the calculations. Number of weapon swaps. Integer. Abilities. So then when we do this, get AC abilities, get a number of weapon swaps, and we just increment it. And then we just do, I'm going to do a little print string here just to make sure that's working. One, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, good. So it's working. So then we need to go ahead and read this. Get additional damage dealt. There needs to be a better way of doing this. We need one more here. So we need to grab number of weapon swaps -1. Because the first one you start with, it's activated, but it's not a swap. And then this is going to need to be multiplied by the damage we need. So then from here, weapon swapping. And where am I storing this? In variable. So this is the percentage that we're increasing it by. Okay. Okay, that should be easy. So whatever variable is, we just divide by 100, and then plug it in. This really needs to be cleaned up and done a better job with, but I did that with the multiplicative one, which is not this one. Oh, then whatever this is needs to be multiplied here. And if we just do a print string, we can know this value. So I should have... Oh, because I equipped a weapon. I shouldn't have. Let me just pick. Where's the weapons? Weapon. There we go. 0. Why is it 0? Or weapon swapping. Divide by 100 times this. Let me just print you. Why are we not working? I mean, it should have 0 now. That's correct. Oh, it's because I didn't give myself the power up. I'm a god. Why do I keep doing this? Still 0. Oh, because I did my because I didn't swap weapons yet. Yep. And now if I swap to quote unquote swap. There we go. Now it's working. So if I did it again. Yay, it's working. Okay. So that is working well, but we need to save this value, right? We need to save this. So maybe I move this somewhere. Maybe I move this somewhere else. Maybe I move this to the game mode. That would be easier. Would it? Gives game instance variables? No. Safe play. Am I doing anything here? Goodbye. Not doing anything with this, clearly. Oh god. I press delete. Now we wait. There you go. Is he using this? Okay, no, don't delete that. Don't delete that. Okay. Where is the... Save. Save and load variables. There it is. So what I want to do is save and load no. Save or load variable. This one. And then we just add the variable here. Player weapon swap count. Integer. Plug you in. It's gonna set it when loaded. It did not do what I wanted it to do. Undo. Because it turned into an execution pin. We don't want that. So go ahead and set that. Variable name, player weapon swap count. Continue on as you were. And then we just need to update this value now, which means we need to grab the interface. Increment player weapon swap count. Interfaces U, and then we just increment here. Oh, this should not be saving to the save game. This should be saving to the instance. I just realized. Whoops. Don't put it here. That's wrong. This should be on the game instance, not the game mode. I've made a mistake. Because I don't want to carry this between games. That would be silly. Game instance blueprint interface. And the game instance blueprint. There we go. Then added here. Player weapon swap count. There you go. So this is the reset game instance variables one. And reset it here to 0. And then we add the interface here. I almost done one. Increment player weapons kit. Under player, please. That makes more sense for what I'm doing. Yep. And now inside of where I was here, instead of doing this one, we do game instance and increment player weapon swap count. There we go. We just do that so we can keep track of it. And we can just do a little print string for now. Just to confirm that's incrementing. So if we go to the hub, we should be all good. Yeah. One, two, three. Why did it do 1, 2, 3? I don't like the fact that I did 1, 2, 3 there. 4. Why is it 4? That's not right. What? Why did that trigger multiple times? What's going on? Okay, it's fine. It did it once here. Three times. What's going on? Why is this being triggered 3 times? And from where? Event set new player weapon. And then we have the activate cards by tag here, which makes sense. And then we have this one. So this is what? Under initialization, it sets the weapon. Makes sense. Okay, where is this one being called from? Weapon pickup. Makes sense. And the game mode. Hold on. Game mode? Oh, because it gets loaded? Because it's loading it. Is that it? Wait, do I have this twice? Current weapon. That's why. Okay. So I need to do this. I need to somehow check or not do okay, okay. In that case, I know how I can fix this or get around this. Instead of having it, where's my thing? Instead of having it here, I'm gonna put it on the weapon swap section. So set a new weapon and then do this. Same thing with you guys. Set a new weapon. I'll have them separate. And then do that. And then it should not be -1 anymore. Then the number is correct. Oh, I don't have the restraint. Yeah, nothing's gonna print because I'm not incrementing. Good. I go in here, nothing should print still. One, 2. Okay, that's wrong. Why did it go twice? Once would have been fine. Why did it go twice? It went twice because of this. current weapon versus the base weapon. GM current weapon. Wait, why does it say GM current weapon both times? Current weapon, default weapon. Yeah, this should be default. What I need to check, I think, is if the I think I only want to do the default weapon. If the current dungeon is equal to 0, then we do this. So it shouldn't be doing this normally. So wait. Oh, it's because on initialization, I load the weapon. And then I do this, which also loads the weapon. I could do -2. And just get around it that way. And just say screw it. That is the easy solution. I just do -2 to get rid of the initialization one. But initialization should only happen on dungeon 0, shouldn't it? Hold on. Set new weapon on initialization. No. It happens always. I just set a new weapon always. Do I not need this? I have the right weapon. That doesn't mean I'll keep it when I swap them. One, two still, though. Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting 1-2. So that means that this is triggering twice. Is that it? That shouldn't be the case. Hello? One, two. No, it's only triggering once. Huh? How in the world is it triggering twice? What is causing it to trigger twice? I mean, clearly it's going to here and then, right, triggering twice. So I know like where it's going. I just don't know why it's going there. It should only be triggering it once because I only have the card once, the deck. I'm only activating it once. Hello printed twice, yeah. Okay. So why are we running this twice? Hey Rohan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Please explain to me how a breakpoint would tell me the answer to my question if I don't know where to look. If you could explain that to me, I would appreciate it. I don't know what to look for or where to find it. So where am I putting this breakpoint? What magical location am I putting this breakpoint, and where am I going from there? I would love to know. So that means that this is happening twice. Let's see. Where am I triggering this? I do it in initialization. I do it in initialization. And I do it in game instance. Wait, here? Hold on. Yeah, found it. Or select a debug option again, but that doesn't answer my question. The breakpoint is to help you you find the area where it is retriggering. I know where it's retriggering. I don't know what is causing it to retrigger. That's what I need to find. Finding where it's retriggering is the easy part. Finding what is causing it to retrigger is the hard part. So this does trigger. Okay. So it does trigger here. If this is not 0, then it loads it. Okay, that makes sense. And then the other one is the other one's the game mode run, right? So if I did, actually, let's just do a 1 here. You. And 2 here. I think this is how we're getting the 1, 2. One. I see 2 2s here. Yep, 2 2s. There we go. Okay. So now I know that. So that means that what I don't want to be doing is this one. Store it, but don't set it. Let me just do one of these. Just play it safe for now. This was not a problem before, just because assigning the same weapon doesn't have any problems. But now we're actually keeping track of swapping weapons. So now it's more important. Still 1 2. Why is it still 1 2? Oh right, this wouldn't trigger that. No, it's not doing activate card. It's doing this. So no. That. So this is, yes, that's the one place. Where's the other place this is being triggered? It has to be actually an activate cards by tag one. That's it, right? AB. Yep, there you go. Okay, so this is on initialize game instances, and then we do activate cards by tag. But then why are we doing it here as well? Game instance. We're doing it here as well. So if the current dungeon is 1 and not a boss room, activate that 1 card. And add it to the collection. That's why we're doing it here, which makes sense. That is kind of important. But that also means that here I'm doing it again. So I need to ignore it if it is 1. If it is floor 1, don't activate the cards again. I don't actually need to initialize the game instance stuff in general in terms of loading. If it is floor 1 and not a boss room. If it's 1 and Boolean, not Boolean. If it's floor 1 and not a boss room, then ignore everything, otherwise continue on. Because there's nothing for us to load. It should be defaults. Let's see if we have a last minute working. One. Perfect. This does still have an issue. I believe. So I think we're not quite done with it. Because I think we still have an issue of multiple floors. 2, 3, yeah. So this is not working correctly. But I believe we'll have it increment every time when we go to a new floor by 1. So I'm gonna need to figure something out. maybe I just check if you have the grace, then don't do it. But then what order of operations could have problems with it? I'll have to figure something out. Or upon loading it, then I need to remove 1 before saving it. So saving it will always be -1. That's also an option. But saving is automatic because it's game instance. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We will see. We will see. Are you make a custom print string? Put a variable to print a string and control that print string via a data asset. What? Boom, you can control your print string while in game. You should make. There's not like a magical place where I need this. There's never a... That sounds like a lot of work for no reward. It's not like the only permanent print string I have is a single location. They're just for damage, just because I'm too lazy to add and remove it there. Every other one is just based on like whatever I need at that moment. Setting up data assets and everything sounds like a giant pain in the ass. I cannot even imagine that being worth it for me. If it works for you, go nuts. But for me, I think that will be no thank you. That sounds miserable. But tomorrow we'll go ahead and I guess finish up this power up. It's like 5 minutes. No. It's 5 minutes every time you want to move the print string. Anywhere. And I doubt it'll be 5, sure, 5 minutes. Well, but why? It's less than 5 seconds to use a normal print string. Okay. I don't care what it prints. I'm good. I just need it to print something. I'm checking if it's executing, basically. That's all. And what it's executing how many times. I don't care what it's printing. Anyway, that's all for me for tonight. Tomorrow we will finish this up because we need to have it work with multiple levels. Yeah. Then we need to actually set up the third weapon. Finally have it set up. Anyway, that's all the time for tonight. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye!